So this was very nearly a Facebook Live this week, but I just simply ran out of time. So this is just going to be a straightforward vlog this week. Do you remember before we recorded episode 60 of Talk Star Wars, I did a live into the VIP Facebook page. And I mentioned that I'd found some items that were in little bubble wrap wallets. And I teased that I was going to open those on a Facebook Live and show you what they all are. I didn't do that, unfortunately. I didn't have time, but what I did do was take those items out and I did something with them in this room. So I want to share that with you now. So these are the items that I took out of storage last week. You can see they're signed photographs and a comic book. We'll get to that in a second. These are photographs given to me by Robert Watts, who was a producer on the original Star Wars in 1977 and on Empire Strikes Back and on Return of the Jedi and also on the Indiana Jones movies. He's also the third unit director on Star Wars in 77. Robert once famously said that he filmed the footage of R2-D2 dropping that third leg. He gave me these images because he and my wife knew each other a couple of years ago. I can't go into how they knew each other, but if you've been paying attention to the podcast from the start, you'll know. But every time they saw each other, the first thing he would say was, "How's Mark?" And well, my wife tells me that he's an absolute gentleman and a really lovely guy. And so not only did he ask how I was, but he would bring in one of these photographs with a little message on it for me. And I thought it was really lovely that he didn't have to, he didn't know me, we've never met. He didn't have to give me a second thought, but it was so lovely in asking after me every time. And so these images now take pride of place in this room, along with my last surviving copy of Star Wars Weekly. This is the last Star Wars Weekly I have from 1980. Everything else was destroyed, unfortunately. You'll probably remember me mentioning it before. In fact, let's do a little poll. If you remember, I'm going to put options on the screen. If you can remember how I lost my collection of books and comic books, choose that option from the poll. But yeah, this is the last one that's left. It was given to me by a friend of mine when we were kids. His name's Paul, not that Paul. And he knew I was a Star Wars fan and he had these comic books, so he passed them along to me, which I thought was enormously generous. And so, because this is the last one, I'll put it behind glass to make sure I can keep it nice and safe. But that's what they were. That's what I was mentioning last week on the pre-show live that I did into the VIP's Facebook group. I've done a couple of other mods in this room since we last spoke. I'll probably do a bit more on those next time, but involved adding a piece of kit and adding some lighting and things like that, which is pretty cool. Just see my Rogue One picture. I see all the guys have started framing their Rogue One pictures, their IMAX art and everything that I gave to them. Oh, just one last thing before I go, a quick word about the Fandom Zone. So episodes 1, 2 and 3 of the Fandom Zone are now done and they're scheduled to go out on YouTube. Episode 1 is Robert Phillips, who did an impromptu Facebook Live, a tour of his collection. So if you want to get onto the Fandom Zone, that would be the best way to do it, is to get into the Talk Star Wars Facebook page and do a Facebook Live in there, and then I can grab the video and I'll edit it into an episode all of your own. And of course you'll get the appropriate links out to your social networks. Episode 2 is Matt Keegan, our friend from Australia. Matt's got a great little collection of stuff. That's really interesting. And episode 3 is fellow podcaster Rob Williams from Generation X-Wing, who had a very unique take on the concept of the Fandom Zone. So that'll be entertaining when that comes out. These episodes are going to post every 2 weeks or so. So if you did want to get involved with that, like I said, the easiest way to do it would be to head over to the Facebook page, which I'll link on the screen. And then live broadcast your tour of your collection into the Facebook page, and I'll grab that video and I'll put it into an episode. If you want to email me the videos or put it in a Dropbox and share a link, I'll grab them any way you need to get them to me and we'll use them. The whole episode's dedicated to one collector and I think it's pretty cool. Okay, that's us done I think for this week. Check out, we are now Loot Crate promoters. So if you want a subscription box every month, I'm going to put the promo spot at the end of this video. And there'll be a link in the show notes to the Loot Crate page. So go over there, subscribe and save a few quid by doing so through the Talk Star Wars link. Okay, that's us done. I'll see you guys next time. Let's talk about Loot Crate. Are you on a quest for epic gear, housewares and collectibles? Loot Crate offers an epic range of pop culture items for less than $20 per month. Whether you're shopping for the geek in your life or you are that geek, Loot Crate is the best surprise you know is coming. Every month there's a different theme and new and exclusive items you can only get with Loot Crate. Treat yourself every month or give the gift of geeking out to a friend or a loved one. This month we're going primal and unleashing the beast of some of pop culture's most ferocious franchises. This savagely sweet collection has items from Overwatch, Wolverine, Jurassic World and Predator, and it includes, as always, our monthly t-shirt and pin. You have until the 19th at 9 PM Pacific to subscribe and receive that month's crate, and when the cutoff happens, that's it, it's over. Make sure to head to lootcrate.com/TalkStarWars and enter the code TalkStarWars to save $3 off your new subscription today.